Hello World Genergy.
On the ground.
What specific steps should I take if I'm planning to depart from my team?
Stop time.
Throughout numerous experiences resembling countless good times.
Let's get this straight.
Well, let's go with a little pinch of history from Merida, very interesting, and we continue.
And it absolutely doesn't matter, it really doesn't matter where you choose in this emblematic city of Merida. Merida Emerita, just like in Roman times. Any location within this serves to create, well, this, a nod, a pinch to history. And let me share an interesting tidbit with you, because there's a lot of discourse nowadays about pollution of plastic plugs, and it is no joke to pollute the seas. We shouldn't be the culprits, but it's happening. But what would have happened? What if we used cork plugs? Well, look, I tell you that I really like swimming, and I boast that I have swum in all the swamps of Extremadura. I don't know if I was missing any, but I think almost all of them. But I also swam in the Roman marsh of Proserpina, this marsh that gave water to this city in Roman times. And well, the truth is that I didn't really like the experience because of the water quality. And a few years ago, this swamp was drained, cleaned.
And then the surprise came when he carefully examined that wall, specifically the retaining wall of the swamp, and it was right there where a cork was discovered.
Well, once the cap was subjected to the relevant tests, it was observed that the cap was from the time of Octavius Augustus. That is, that they were more than 2,000 years old. So I don't know if by using cork plugs we were going to get rid of the pollution that our seas currently have. Well, just a curiosity that's far away.
Well, there are basically two ways to keep a piece of equipment stopped, and that when you are going to use it, it is perfect. Let's go with the first and simplest one. If the team is going to be out of work for a period of 6 months, 89 months, even a little more, but hey, for those more or less, for those dates, for those times, we could solve it in the following way. Fix the first thing, we are going to use this deposit. The first thing that would have to be done would be to fill the tank completely. Let's see. Look at the tank. Here we see it perfect. It has a kind of neck here. Let's take it out and see if I can take it out. The filter, and we see it clearer. Look, there you see this neck here, huh? Which is like some kind of camera. Well, we are going to fill the gasoline tank completely to the top so that there is no air left. None is valid above the red light. This one is valid. There we have filled the tank completely valid. Well, if I fill the tank completely and leave the gasoline key open, the tank, since it has no oxygen, has no oxidation, the gasoline does not oxidize and lasts that period of time. And if I also leave the gas key open, I leave this key open. Gasoline will come in this way. The tub that always keeps it at its appropriate level so that it hydrates me together, does not evaporate through the main assortment, is worth all of this air. This gasoline will not evaporate because it will be renewed and the gasoline in the tub will be in good condition. Then gasoline is open, tank full, you can stand me there. Of course, if it has been out for 6 months or 9 months, when I'm going to use it, I'm going to change the oil, throw out the oil, put oil on it, clean it. Most likely I'll pull the rope and start the first time. This way, what happens if I turn off the gas? If I shut off the gasoline, this tub will evaporate the gasoline. Gasoline has a product called paraffin. And it precipitates the paraffin if it precipitates the paraffin. That gum, that kind of mojito that manifests itself here, is going to jam me with high gum. I mean, it's going to make a huge mess for me. If I also have the tank, I have left it with little gas. It's going to happen to me too. The same thing is going to happen to me. The gasoline will evaporate if I had too little. I thought I had taken it all out, and that is going to generate a layer of that paraffin, that mucus that is going to clog the filter that is inside the tank itself. I mean, I'm going to be in real trouble for not doing it right. So that's remembering when the deposit is halfway, that is if I have the deposit here and leave it here. This part that is the tank chamber, this whole part here has air coming in and air coming out because it is hotter during the day. At night it's cold, so this causes there to be a recirculation of air here that is going in and out. Gasoline being a fuel and air being oxygen, being an oxidizer, there is a molecular delivery of the power of the potential energy of gasoline towards the air, and it loses energy to the point that this actually becomes an inert liquid. So that's why if we fill it up completely okay, there's going to be no oxygen and then there's no oxidation. Let's say this is one of the simplest ways with which we could keep our team stopped for that amount of time. Let's see how we would do for a much longer space of the team, okay? And what to do if I am going to leave a team idle for 1 year, for 2 years, that is, for a long time. If I'm going to leave the equipment stopped for a long time, of course, the first thing I have to do is empty almost all the fluids. Let me explain. The first thing I'm going to do is empty by this drain screw that is here. We see it in this carburetor that is disassembled by this drain screw. I'm going to empty the gasoline. If it's empty here I can leave the gasoline key open and empty all the gasoline it has. The tank. So I'm going to take all the gasoline out of the tank, leaving it really empty once I've emptied it. In the plug in this chamber that we have seen before, okay, I'm going to put a cloth in it, something that keeps the equipment really closed so that air does not enter it. It's okay, so that it doesn't have to have no oxidation because it already has drained gasoline. But now I also leave it there plugged, nothing's going to get in there. Close the gasoline and I'll see, as I say, the gasoline from here has been emptied. And of course I'm going to remove the oil from the sump and I'm going to put clean oil in it. I'm going to leave it with clean oil on. Once I put the clean oil on it, I'm going to remove the spark plug, and we removed it. As you know, in this sucker here, I remove the spark plug and fill it here with an oil jar. Somehow I put a little oil on it. Once I put a little oil here, I have clean oil in the crankcase. I'm going to move a little bit here. The engine is suitable for the oil that I have put in the piston to be distributed throughout the cylinder. It doesn't take much. And the crankshaft is already impregnated with clean oil. I put the spark plug and the pacifier back on. According to this, I pretty much have the kit done. Also, if you want to take into account that the air is closed, to close the butterfly, this other one will be closed in idle, and it is also closed so that no small animals enter here. Things that could go inside the carburetor, okay, and the filter. Well, with this we would have left our team ready to be down for a long time. I'm going back now and I'm going to get the team up and running. The first thing I'll do is fill the gas tank. I open the gas tap and open the drain and let the new clean gas circulate to me for a little while. Why? In case there is anything I wanted to crawl and I have already tightened the drain screw and left my equipment inches with the new gasoline I have just arrived. If the oil has been stopped for 1 year, I have to remove it again and throw it away and put in new oil. Of course, if it has been stopped for 6 months or 4 months, well, at your discretion, it's okay. I would certainly remove it for 1L that carries 1L or so. An engine of these 1.6 more or less would be maximum. I think I'd take it off. I would always use clean oil, of course, if it is a diesel. 1500 laps always, but we will see that in another chapter. And with what I just did, I would have my team ready to work. And nothing would have happened to it because it has been stopped for so long, okay? I even advise. Before starting, that is, even with the mushroom stopped, give the crank a little so that the entire mechanics get a little movement before starting it. I'm starting it up for the first time after all this downtime, and I'm going to start it up with no load so the equipment work a little, move your oils, your mechanics, get movement, that is, so that all the accessories reach their temperature little by little, not all at once, and from there use it. Alright? Well, here we are going to leave it. More information here on this website that you are now viewing in Genergy Dash. In it you can find all the information regarding our manufactured products, generators, motor pumps, all types of autonomous machines, also compressors, high pressure water cleaners, and all our solar series, accumulative batteries, stackable batteries, energy stations, inverters, and our lighting section. And when in doubt, you already know our emails. Those of my colleagues and my own. Our phones are at your disposal for any query that you wish to make us very important. It is also forbidden to stop learning.